Chief Robert Jennison, Livonia Fire and Rescue. At approximately 3:37 this afternoon, fire crews from Fire Station 6 were dispatched to the 14,000 block of Houghton Street for a tree down into a house. Multiple trees up and down the street were down in the area. Upon arrival at the scene, our crews found a massive hardwood tree that had been uprooted and fell into a residence through the roof, landing on a bed in the bedroom in the back of the house where a mother and her 2-year-old were laying, and pinning them by the tree. At that point, all available units in the city were dispatched to the scene. A special call for the Western Wayne County Search and Rescue team was made. Crews worked tirelessly for over an hour, removing parts of the tree and lifting the tree with high-pressure airbags to extricate the victims. After the hour, the mother was transported to the hospital in critical condition. Unfortunately, the 2-year-old had succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead on scene. Obviously, this is a very traumatic scene. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the friends and family of the victims. This was a tough day.
And it sounded like this storm came through and it was not something, I mean, people didn't hear sirens obviously, and it wasn't something that people saw coming. Right?
I have Emergency Manager Brian Kahn here from Livonia Emergency Management that can comment on that.
Were there any other children in the house?
I understand that there was a 2-week-old in a crib in a separate room that was not affected, but was transported along with the grandmother and our crews to St. Mary's Hospital for an evaluation.
Sir, I saw some of your crews out here earlier just kind of staring off into space. What does this do to a department to have to deal with a call like this?
This is a very traumatic call. We have a lot of fathers, and they have children that are similar ages, but this is what they do, this is what they train for. There's going to be some drilling that needs to go on after this, but this is what they're here for, and this is what they do.
In mom's condition?
She's in critical condition as far as I know. We'd have to check with the hospital for further.
Were you able to communicate at all with the mother as crews were attempting to get to her?
Yeah, she remained conscious throughout most of the extrication. She was being treated by our paramedics while she was impinged by the tree. And then once we were able to remove the tree, which was a massive 4-trunk hardwood tree that uprooted right next to the bedroom. So the entire mass of the tree came down through the bedroom that they were staying in. So parts of the roof had to be removed to get to the tree, to get to the victims, and then about a dozen chainsaws and 25 firefighters cutting the tree to pieces until we could get enough of the weight off to be able to lift the massive trunks off of her and remove her from the bed.
How long did that take?
It took an hour.
Anything else you want to add?
Again, our thoughts and prayers go out to the family. Thank you.
Would you be able to ask you a question? Okay. So again, as we mentioned earlier too, I mean, obviously this thing seemed to pop up out of nowhere.
Correct.
Sounds like National Weather Service is looking at the potential of this being a tornado. What do we know now, and how kind of quickly did this pop out of nowhere?
Correct. As the chief said, this is just a tragic day, and this is part of the job that we all hate. And it's being a father myself, it's just something I couldn't possibly even imagine. So obviously, as we all know, storms were potentially coming through, just nothing really indicative of severe storms that we typically see. National Weather Service, we were in contact with them right away. They're going to send somebody out to assess this. They have to take time to determine exactly what occurred, whether it was a tornado, straight line winds, and so forth, and then they can grade it from that point forward. So we're working closely with them, along with all of our other partners, Wayne County Homeland Security, State of Michigan Homeland Security. All our assets have come to bear on something like this, so we can help the family get through this, help the residents get through this. But it was just a very quick pop-up storm, talking with the National Weather Service, and something that was just very unpredictable to determine. It's weather, and it's just a tragic day.
And what's the cleanup efforts from here? I know you got some roadblocks. I mean, we're talking dozens of trees uprooted.
Correct. And that's one of our primary concern right now is to get these roads open so we can get to the residents as needed and make sure we get the trees. So we have the Livonia DPW department is coming out. They're going to be clearing trees along with mutual aid from other surrounding departments to help us out to make sure we can get these roads open. And we're working with DT very closely to get the power back up to this area as quickly as we possibly can, just so we can make sure that everybody else here has the services and the needs if something else were to arise.
As far as, just sort of the scope of this thing, I don't know how long you've been in Livonia, but how bad does this rain? It's not great.
No, this is definitely up there in the top 5. It's something, especially when you have a tragic situation such as this with a death. It's just it's heartbreaking. It's something that's hard to take, hard to swallow, and probably give many sleepless nights for me, and I'm sure for the family themselves. But it definitely ranks up there. It's not something we expect. Southeast Michigan, we've seen just an increase in our weather patterns, and it's where do we go from here at this point in time? So it's a very tragic day.
Thank you.